line of scrimmage. Give you this score. Madison Southern leading North Laurel tonight, 7-0. As this Friday night underway. Also, Frankfort is blanking Bracken County, 34-0. Williamsburg 7-6 over Berea right now.
Can I go out on a limb?
Yes.
I bet you Damian Harris scored Madison Southern's touchdown.
That's a safe bet anywhere.
You better believe it. That kid is legit.
So here's a little swing pass. And the Maroons are there to greet.
Number 28, Jacob Denny. Number 54, Feeney. Number 23 for Pulaski got in on that. That is Jesse Whitaker. So Pulaski, 3 or 4 hats to the football, and I know that's going to make Coach Hines smile when he watches this game film after the game. These guys, this Pulaski coaching staff, they watch the film, Jeff, immediately following the game, so they usually don't get out of here before 2 or 3 a.m.
Well, we know that feeling.
Yes.
Lots of things to do after the game. So that one is completed and
Jacob
after
Denny,
the 40-yard line.
That was our man, number 21. That was Mitchell again, and Jacob Denny, great job one-on-one in coverage, and gets Mitchell down to the ground, basically no gain. So South Laurel, Jeff, facing a 4th and 10 at its own 41-yard line, and barring a fumble or something strange, Pulaski County going to get the ball back, Jeff, and should get it in pretty good field position.
Should indeed. Pulaski County, as they are ready to receive this one. This was a high snap, and a flag is thrown. And so trying to make something out of nothing. And a good job by the Cardinals there. But that was going to be a turnover on downs. It was a big loss by the Cardinals.
Yeah, let's see what this flag is, though.
But that's the question.
Was Pulaski offsides? I don't think they were. We got illegal procedure. The call against South, that'll be null or decline.
Yes, it is. And so it'll be first down. And the Maroons are going to have great starting field position here for this possession.
So what else is new? Tell you what, that play there looked like they might have stole that play out of the Oakland Raiders playbook. Remember that opener against the Chargers? My goodness. How many snaps? Was that 3?
On the same play.
Wow.
The Hall surveys. And looking has lots of pressure. He's flushed out and is going to be pushed out of bounds. And that's going to be right about the 15-yard line. And will it be enough for a first down? It is indeed.
Now, how many freshman quarterbacks would you have seen, Jeff, try to force that ball in? There was nothing there. Riley Hall, smart enough, he took that thing and gained 11. Again, and fans may get tired of hearing me say it, this kid is poised and mature well beyond his years.
He's obviously been in the film room and studying long before ever he took a first snap in high school football. So we'll play action and steps up in the pocket, fires this one. It's incomplete, but there is a flag thrown.
Yeah, I think Aaron, they're going to get one of them. They're either, well, I think the flag in the end zone is pass interference on the Cardinals. The flag back here in Pulaski's backfield, I'm not sure what they got on this one. We'll see. George Renner is our white hat. We'll see what he comes up with. Got pass interference on South Laurel. Personal foul, roughing the passer. That's the second one of those. So Pulaski County, the rich get richer. First and goal, Jeff, at the 7.
And Hall is very comfortable in this situation. And now there's another flag being thrown as the Referee dead ball, and that one is
unsportsmanlike.
Yes.
So that'll put it down to about the 3.5, if my math is correct.
I'm not sure where that one originated from, but I would say probably a verbal something.
I think it came from the bench, and we got a timeout now. Pulaski County, if I was guessing, somebody on the sideline said something about somebody's mama, if I were guessing. Now, the interference call in the end zone, Jeff, I think was a good call. The one where they called the late hit on Riley Hall, I didn't see, so I'm not for sure on that one. But obviously, South Laurel, somebody on the coaching staff or one of the kids on the sidelines. But George Renner looked at the sidelines. That's where I don't think it was one of the 11 guys in the defensive huddle. So now the Maroons first and goal at about the 3.5. You got 8:14 left. Pulaski already leading in this game 21-0. South Laurel, Jeff's in some big-time trouble.
Well, now that you've had penalty after penalty and given up this kind of yardage because of that, and that's a little salt in the wound, and that's not a good situation, quite honestly, for either team at this point in time, because as frustration mounts and builds on one sideline, you know there's some retaliation that comes, and especially, again, and we've talked about the maturity of this team, but we remind you, too, that Pulaski County is still a young squad, and so tempers are one of those things that is hard to get a handle on if you're a coach.
Yes, that is correct, but I'd say these two guys will try to get a handle of it. This is the heavy package where Aaron Smith lines up at quarterback.
And straight ahead that time for the quarterback keep.
And I'm shocked he didn't get in. He's got to be right at the goal line. But when you see number 11, and we saw him, remember at North Laurel, fumbled back-to-back snaps in this lineup. He's getting this ball again.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. And probably the exact same play, and it is. And lunges into the end zone. And it was nice for his teammate Patrick Stevens there to provide a nice soft landing spot for Aaron Smith as he vaults into the end zone.
Now, for you fans who may not watch Pulaski County or be familiar with it, Aaron Smith was the Maroon starting quarterback for the entire season last year. So he's no stranger back there. And by the way, Bergen, 4 for 4 on PATs, another freshman. But Aaron Smith, I don't know that Aaron really wanted to play quarterback last year, Jeff. He was a sophomore, and I think he would prefer to play linebacker and hit somebody or play tight end, which he's done this year. But he really put up some some pretty good numbers last year. He threw for over 1,000 yards and rushed for 700-800. I mean, he did a fair job as Pulaski's quarterback. What a luxury it is. You put him inside the 5 in your what they call the heavy package. Aaron Smith is a load to bring down.
Well, not only that, but just the flexibility that you've got in play calling if you're an offensive coordinator, and that certainly gives you a lot of depth there for that particular spot on the roster.
And for the fans that don't know Aaron, the best way I could describe him is 2 words: country strong. He's just a good old country boy, strong as an ox. Great kid. And he's a junior, so he will be back next year.
So here's the kickoff. And this one goes out of bounds. And so procedure is going to be called, and it'll bring it out to the 35-yard line. Now, complacency is probably the biggest battle that you're going to find tonight for Pulaski County. And Coach Hines, at what point in time do we, with a 28-0 lead, and obviously we're still here in the first half. We've got 7:54 remaining in this first half of football here at Pulaski County tonight. But complacency is always an issue. And where do you start substituting?
Well, I don't think he will till the fourth quarter, and I'll kind of touch on the complacency issue here after this play from South Laurel. I'll give you some interesting, hopefully, insight.
Jenkins with a nice rifle, and that one completed, and shirt tail gives way, and that's a big gainer now and much needed by the Cardinals inside the 20-yard line.
George Gregory saved a touchdown there. But something that a lot of folks may not know, these freshmen at Pulaski, they didn't know what it was to lose a football game till this year. They went undefeated in middle school, 2 state championships. So they had never lost a football game until this season. And I'm saying that because Johnny Hines was quick to point out last week, one of the reasons why he says there's no panic in this young team, they're winners. They know what it takes to win. So he wasn't real thrilled with practice this week, but I don't think you'll see him go to the bench till the fourth quarter. I really don't.
So now, out of bounds now, and that's going to be short of the sticks.
Mitchell did a wise thing there. He saw about 5 maroon shirts coming. He went out of bounds, lost 2, but he lives to play another day.
Yes, he does. So when you got nothing, just get out of bounds.
Yeah, and they ran a sweep to the short side of the field there, and Pulaski County snuffed that out pretty quickly. But Jenkins kid, the play before, that was a nice pass to the Mitchell kid, and South Laurel in business, threatening.
So this one's straight ahead. And that's going to push it down to the 15-yard line, which will bring up. Now the 16-yard line is where they're spotting it.
They got to get to the 9, so it's going to be 3rd and 7. He gained 5, and we've got a timeout called, I think, Jeff, by Pulaski County.
Actually, this will be for the Cardinals.
Well, what do I know? I tell you one thing, you see Keith Rose there patting George Gregory, number 12, on the head. Gregory saved a touchdown. That's twice now tonight that this Mitchell kid has worked free of the defender, and it looked like both times it's been a little crossing pattern that South Laurel's running.
They've worked that underneath to perfection a couple times here for the Cardinals, and they certainly can build off of that once you get anything that's working for your advantage. And suddenly you get some linebackers starting to cheat up a little bit, stay at home, and now you can go a little deeper and several different options.
Well, regardless of it being senior night here at Pulaski County or South Laurel struggling with a 1-7 record, none of that matters. I guarantee you Larry Welch, trying to get into his head, he's thinking they've got to get points of some kind on this drive. You're down 28-0 with 6:57 left here in the first half, and you're at the 16-yard line facing a 3rd and 7. He's got to be in 2-down territory unless he's got a kicker that's got a heck of a leg. But my point is, you got to come away with something here, Jeff.
And if you're the defense, you're trying to keep them out of the end zone. And so a flag, as I believe the Cardinals are going to get backed up 5 yards.
Wow. That's what you don't need. 3rd and 7. It's tough enough as it is. Now it's 3rd and 12.
Well, a maroon interior lineman jumped forward but did not get into the neutral zone there. And I'm sure that probably had something to do with the false start. So now 3rd down and long, and that'll change the game plan here on this call. So Jenkins got pressure and steps forward. Good job to evade that, and now we'll get very close to 1st down yardage, and looks like he's going to be about a yard short as he's at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he had to get to the 9, so now you're 4th and 1. They're going to go for it.
So
I will say this, Jeff, if you're looking over there and seeing what I'm seeing, I think it's a little bit longer than a yard. This is a 4th and long one.
It is a long one, yes, indeed. And
again, don't know about the South Laurel kicking situation, but you can ill afford not to convert here and get 0 points out of this drive.
So in the shotgun, actually the pistol here is that time a hard count, and that may
gave him a free one.
Yes, indeed, and it's going to go against the Maroons, and that's going to be a fresh set of downs because that's how you get that long one the easy way.
Yeah, boy. So now you got 1st and goal at the 5, and I think I just saw Coach Welch call a timeout, Jeff.
So good job that time by the Cardinals knowing that the Maroons were going to come charging, and one hard count, and they pick up a 5-yard penalty that gives them first and goal at the 5. So now you have an opportunity with plenty of time here in the first half still to get the first points if you're folks traveling from London tonight.
Yeah, and you look across the way there.
There's a few blankets, huh?
Yeah, but not a lot of folks made the trip. And I'm telling you, I've been there. When you've got a team that's 1-7, you know, it's hard to have a following when you've been taking it on the chin like South Laurel has this season. And it's going to be somewhat of a chilly night.
And you've got MVPSportsChannel.com as an alternative.
There you go.
So we got some folks to say hello to. And we had a good visit over in London from some of the North Laurel folks just a few weeks ago.
Outstanding job. Fine folks. Treated us great.
Always good. So good job that time. Maroons quickly getting in there and disrupting this one.
Keenan Hall was not fooled on that, and he dropped Mitchell for about a 6-yard loss. So now it's going to be second and goal from the 11. And Jeff, I'm not trying to be mean or pick on South Laurel, but that's exactly what happens to 1-7 football teams. You have a first and goal at the 5, you run a play and lose 6 yards. That's how you're 1-7. That's kind of stuff, and it just snowballs on you.
And it's tough to get any kind of consistency going, which is what your issue really is. And the protector that time just couldn't get a handle on the pressure coming from the Maroons.
Colin Blair, number 59, that young man has had a tremendous season.
Third down and goal from the 21-yard line.
He came untouched off the left side.
Somerset 3, Lexington Christian 0.
So as the night wears on, so does the patience of the offense. Third down and goal, but it's from the 21-yard line. And the Maroons most likely going to pin their ears back and come this time. Pressure up the middle. But evading that, Jenkins looks and finds the receiver, but it is incomplete.
Yeah, that pass was intended for Jacob Hale.
Your score, Lincoln County 14, Southwestern 0.
Lincoln County leading Southwestern 14-0 at halftime. So the Southwestern Warriors are 24 minutes away from being out of the postseason party.
Well, Madison Southern now leading North Laurel 13-0.
The 37-yard field goal.
So it is a 37-yard attempt, and this one looks to be good, and it is the first points tonight for the Cardinals and the special teams answering the call here for South Laurel.
Yeah, that was Slavey, number 17. I'm trying to read in the dark here. I think that's Matt Slavey.
Bell County leading Corbin tonight 20-0. Just a few of your scores that we have in here at MVPSportsChannel.com. Thank you very much. If you're following us on Facebook and on Twitter, we certainly do appreciate it. Thanks for all the messages and the comments. Always good to hear from you, and let us know where you're watching. And, of course, games archived also for your opportunity to watch here on MVPSportsChannel.com and watch that at your convenience a little bit later on. Frankfort tonight blanking Bracken County. That score now 34-0. Williamsburg, an update on that one. Williamsburg leading 14-6 over Berea. Just a few of the scores here at MVP Sports Channel. Jeff Wicks along with Doug Eads and our MVP Sports Channel crew on location. Even loaning out our very own Brian Abner tonight for the public address announcers. You'll hear from time to time in the background. Another good kick fielded inside the 5-yard line. And this is Woodridge with a head of steam, and Woodridge gets out across the 40-yard line, and that's where the Maroons will take possession and get ready with a 28-3 lead with 4:14 remaining here in the first half.
Alec Woodridge, probably, Jeff, the fastest guy on this Pulaski County team. You get him in open field, he's gone.
And all he needed was just a bit of daylight there to give great starting field position again for the Maroons. Hall rolling to the near side. He's got good protection, but that only lasts for so long. And now several of the Cardinals coming up immediately, pointing that they had the ball, but also a Cardinal player is down. It looks like maybe a hand or forearm injury, but we'll have to wait and see on that.
And again, when it rains, it pours. This is the third kid that's went down. This young man's in a lot of pain. Some of the South Laurel coaching staff coming out to check on him.
Give you a score from yesterday. Wayne County beating up on McCreary Central 62-8 as we talk about some of the scores from around the area. Knott County Central beat Jackson County 20-16. Henry Clay falls to Dunbar 19-22. Hazard over Jenkins. Big time 42-14. The final score on that on some Thursday night action around the Bluegrass State.
Yeah, the only score I cared about yesterday was Giants 6, Reds 4. Choke job.
I might have seen a mention of that on Facebook somewhere, Doug.
Yeah, I think my exact words were biggest choke since Heimlich created the maneuver. Goodness gracious. How can you be up 2-0, coming home for 3, and not – I don't get it.
Second down and long. And the give to Smith. Picking up first down yardage. And he'll be slowed just short of the 40-yard line where he's whistled down at the 41.
I did say country strong, did I not?
You might have mentioned that, and I believe there was an exhibition of that very thing right there.
You ought to see Aaron Smith hit a baseball with an aluminum bat. He's a catcher, starting catcher for the Maroons, a great baseball player, but he is, I'm telling you, maybe the strongest guy on the team.
Hall rolling to his left and had Aaron open for just a moment, but then lost that one and throws a pick. And the Cardinals with a turnover. So they're +1 in the turnover.
First one of the night. That is the first mistake Riley Hall has made this evening. He lofted that one up, and Aaron was covered. And maybe put a little bit too much air on it, Jeff. That kind of fluttered up there, stayed up in the air, seemed like forever.
And that one could have gotten away from him just a little bit, or possibly a miscommunication.
Could have been. 3:31 left. See what South Laurel can do with the first turnover of the evening. Trailing PC 28-3.
And so here's Jenkins now under all kinds of duress, and he is brought down and dropped there by the Pulaski County Maroons team.
And again, Colin Blair's there, 26, Keenan Hall.
The score just in at the end of the first quarter. West Jessamine and East Jessamine scoreless.
A lot of love in that game.
You got to figure.
Rivals.
Frankfort rolling out to a 47-0 lead now over Bracken County.
.247 left. If you're South Laurel, you got to take care of the football here, Jeff. You can ill afford to have a turnover.
And there was a flag. I thought there should have been a flag, but there was indeed.
Trent Feeney, they're going to call a horse collar. He had his arms up around Mitchell's neck, and they're going to call that probably about every time.
So that'll be a automatic first down. It was a personal foul.
Calling a face mask. Now, I did not see a face mask. I wouldn't have trouble with the well, it was a penalty, but I didn't see him grab the face mask.
Same result. It's a fresh set of downs and 2:35 remaining, and that's a little breathing room now for the Cardinals.
24-yard line.
Well, that gives South Laurel a little bit of breathing room. They're still pinned back the Cards at their own 24-yard line.
Well, actually, that is not an automatic first down. My bad on that. So, but this completion does give the Cardinals a first down after that 2nd and 1 play. And they'll move the sticks.
Clock stopped at 2:16. If South Laurel could somehow drive this thing down, Jeff, and get a touchdown, make it 28-10, still got a half to go, they wouldn't be in terrible shape. I mean, I know they don't want to be down 18, but down 28-3 right now, this is big drive for South Laurel.
Certainly could be. A little momentum shift. Jenkins, plenty of time, but he can't find a man open, and a good job of the secondary by the Pulaski County Maroons.
And Keenan Hall, number 26, the last 5 minutes of actual time has been a highlight film for that young man.
Loss of 9, 2nd and 19.
So now 19 yards to pick up the first down.
Pulaski County, Jeff's just been sending the house the last few plays, and South Laurel's not been able to pick everybody up, and Jenkins is taking a beating back there.
And I thought maybe they might take advantage of that pressure coming from the linebackers as they have another blitz on right down the middle. This one's thrown away, but those crossing patterns were working earlier, and I thought maybe you might go back to that, especially when you know that the linebackers are coming.
Well, Trent Feeney right there, did you see how he timed his rush? Jenkins, a sophomore. Again, I don't know how much varsity action he's played. My guess is not a lot because Tyler Deathridge is a stud. Must be going on the same count every time, and Pulaski's figured that out because they're timing these blitzes perfectly. It's one of the situations where an upperclassman's got to say, hey, young fella, let's go on 3, not 1. See? Somebody said something.
So here's 3rd down and long and a timeout by the Cardinals.
I just wonder if that's what happened because Pulaski was timing those blitzes to perfection the last 2 plays before, and that's one of those deals where your upperclassmen say, hey, well, let's go on a different count. They've kind of figured this one out.
Well, you got to throw them a curveball every once in a while. And I hate to use a baseball reference. You still with
unless you're the Reds, and then you groove one right down the plate with the bases juiced. How can you have a 2-0 lead coming home? They hadn't lost. The Reds had not lost 3 games in a row at home all season long.
Now I'm going to ask you, but who was that competition that they were up against? So,
well, the Giants had not swept a 3-game series in Cincinnati since 1999.
So are you going to get a chance to go to – I was trying to remember your comment on Facebook yesterday.
I wasn't happy.
I knew that. There was some tones there. Good job that time to pull that one in. Good concentration.
Well, there's a joke going around probably at the newspaper. Jeff Neal, my good friend, who's from Cincinnati as well, who's an avid Reds fan. There's probably a joke going around the newspaper that him and I have been placed on suicide watch through Monday.
We hope it doesn't come to that. It's going to be 4th down after that long completion just to make this one manageable now for the Cardinals.
But, I love baseball. I mean, I love baseball. I'm a sports junkie. And I can also tell you, I hate the Cardinals. I hate the Yankees. It's going to be hard for me to watch baseball for the rest of this year. I mean, I have no desire to watch the World Series.
Your season is almost over.
The season's over.
Well, I had good news that the back to football, my Titans beat the Steelers last night on Thursday night. And that was a bit of a surprise and a pleasant one.
Steelers are in trouble. They're 2-3 now with that loss, and lost 2 offensive linemen. Palomalu's not playing. Pittsburgh's in a little trouble right now.
They are looking for some answers right now as to how to get things back on track. An impressive win and just some tenacity by the Titans, who were on the ropes. Speaking of being on the ropes, 28-3 deficit now for the Cardinals, and that one almost picked off, and
wow,
the Maroons would have had some running room had they been able to haul that one in.
Jesse Whitaker, and dare I say it, another one of those talented PC freshmen, made a great break on the ball, but that was a 4th down, so what you've done, you've given Johnny Hines a minute 1 second left, and the ball placed at the 36-yard line. You probably need, I know he missed one earlier, but you probably only need about 10 yards to be in Derek Burgett's range for a field goal attempt.
So 61 seconds before halftime. And we'll tell you that at halftime we'll step away for just a few minutes and let you go get yourself some popcorn.
I'm going to send Dusty Baker an email.
And that would have been a spectacular catch, almost. Well, actually, there were a couple. I think Santana Moss had one of those earlier in the NFL, and LaMelo Hawkins also had one for the Titans that was fantastic in front of him. But Wooldridge couldn't seem to get the hands around the defender there to haul that one in, so that'll go incomplete. But still, about 59 seconds remains here after that incompletion.
I guarantee you Johnny Hines isn't thinking field goal here, though. He's thinking 6.
Play action. And the check down to the 30-yard line. And that one hauled in by Mason Helton.
Clock running with 45, 44 and counting.
30-yard line. 30 about 4.
So 4 yards to the first. Hall has room to run. Stretches it out to the 25-yard line.
That should stop the clock with the first down. Clock's moving, still moving. Pulaski's at home.
And on the far sidelines.
Did they not give him a first down?
They did not move the ball marker over there, and I don't know that
they lost about 10 to 12 seconds, did the Maroons right there. That was a first down, or should have been.
Well, that's what I think they're discussing, is the fact that was it indeed a first down or was it not a first down?
Well, he's right at the 26. The drive started 36, so they're okay. I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what these guys are doing. How's that South Laurel's ball? It was 2nd and 4. No, excuse me, it was 3rd and 4. My bad.
3rd and 4.
The first play was an incomplete pass in the end zone to Wooldridge.
Right. So, mental mistake there.
Yeah, but I think it's a mental mistake by the Zebras. Did you see a fumble? I didn't.
I did not. So, the only thing I can figure is that Pulaski County went to spike the ball, maybe, on a 4th down, thinking it was a first down.
I don't know.
So either way, it's a turnover, and the Cardinals breathe a little sigh of relief as they muster their way out past the 35-yard line. And the clock ticking away. They have no timeouts. And they got to spike the ball, but they don't get this one spiked in time. But there is a penalty, and we'll see what this one is. And I believe it's a
illegal procedure.
It is.
Half's over.
So that will run the time off either way. And, of course, the officiating crew calling this one, and it was declined. And so that'll bring us to halftime here from Pulaski County High. And we'll get you caught up on some scores here from across the Bluegrass State tonight before we check into Tennessee coming up in just a little bit. halftime festivities going on.
Room fans, as it is senior night here at Pulaski County High School, we're going to introduce you to some more seniors. The seniors from the Pulaski County dance team. First, Miss Tamara Baker. Chris Adair. And Josh O'Connor. The Pulaski County seniors from the dance team. Dance team, are you ready? Let's hear it for Pulaski County dance team. Also, Eastern tomorrow, they're going to be down at the Zombie Walk downtown. Stop by and visit the team in their booth.